Like a beacon on a hilltop, Tulsa breezes furl the black and gold. It's all led to this. It's been an incredible bounce-back season for the Buffs, from 3 wins to 12. The first winning season for McAlester in 3 seasons, and a highlight reel worthy plays galore. However, that season is now over. A new season begins tonight. In T-Town, it's the Buffs and the Birds. Only one team will live to play another day. Who will it be? We're about to find out. Hello from courtside at the Wayman Tisdale Court at the Nathan E. Harris Fieldhouse in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, along with Nate Brown, and you are tuned into the Buffalo pregame show here on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM on the KNED app, as well as at McAlsterRadio.com on the KNED tab. And if you're watching on YouTube, sorry for our ugly mugs here. I'm going to go ahead and say this right now, but we're trying to give you another option to be able to tune into McAlester Buffalo basketball tonight, so we're doing it in the booth cam as well. So we're going to do everything that we normally do when we broadcast games, but you're going to get to see us call it just in case you want to have some kind of visual representation. Again, we cannot video stream tonight, unfortunately, due to OSSAA restrictions. So we will be, though, video streaming, courtside of an in-the-booth call. So that's going to be pretty exciting for some people, mainly my wife. So let's go ahead and let's look at the Collinsville Cardinals and the McAlester Buffaloes in the 5A regional tournament. Partner, the Buffaloes had one of their best regular seasons in the last 20 years. However, people remember you for what you do in the playoffs. And just ask the team on the opposite side of the scores table. Just last year, they lost by only 1 point in the state quarterfinals to the eventual state champions in Midwest City. They have unfinished business, and McAlester is out to prove that they belong tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. This team, McAlester has shown what they can do in some games. They just have to show that consistency and come out here tonight, play with that energy that we've seen from them in so many games.
Let's preview the McAlester Buffaloes 12-11 on the season, led by second-year head coach Mike Dooney. After finishing last season with a record of 3-21, key underclassmen used a year of experience to tie with the talent of new acquisitions to finish the regular season at 12-11, tying the 2021-2022 team for the most regular season wins for McAlester boys basketball since the 2011-2012 season when McAlester won 14 games. McAlester is averaging 13 points per game more than they were a year ago, shooting 2% better from the field and snagging 3 more rebounds per game. However, the biggest differences that led to an extra 9 wins stats-wise is 10% better from 3, 7% better from the free throw line, and 6 less turnovers per game. They're 1-2 in games decided by 5 or less, 6-5 by 10 or less, and 2-8 in games when the Buffaloes are scoring 60 or less. Looking at some of the key players for this year's team, starting off with Rodney Washington, you couldn't ask for more from a freshman. He was the team's leading scorer, rebounder, and blocker, while also being a human highlight reel with his dunking ability. On top of that, he has a great outside shot, finishing second on the team in three-point percentage at 38%. He is only the third Buff to score 40-plus in a game since 2017, and he is already 5 points away from 500 points. If he continues at this pace, he might finish his tenure at McAlester High School as one of the best athletes the school has ever seen. And then you're looking at Brandon Smith. He was the leading scorer for last year's team, and he took his game to a whole nother level. He is scoring 3.3 more points per game behind a prolific outside shot. He has further developed. He went from a 28% outside shooter to a 40% three-point shooter. He's also doubled his steals per game mark and grabbed 1 more rebound per game from last year. Also, we're looking at Davian Pouncil. The work that Davian put in the offseason was evident, as he was far and away the most improved player from a year ago and was a massive reason the Buffs were as successful as they were. He had 8 more points per game and doubled his rebounds per game margin, grabbing almost double the amount of offensive rebounds than anyone else on the team. The cherry on top is the efficiency he had with his shooting. He upped his field goal percentage by 7%, and his three-point ability is at 33% compared to 21 a year ago. Then you look at Devion Bickham, grabbing 1 more point per game and 1 more rebound per game than he did in his freshman season. He was also second on the team in block shots and third on the team in rebounds per game and steals per game. And Alex Dooney, rounding up the starting 5, second on the team in plus-minus by just 2 points, just 2 points below Brandon Smith on the regular season. So that leads to a pretty good starting 5 for McAlester that has led to them being 12-11 on the season. Let's go ahead and preview the Collinsville Cardinals. As they are 14-10 on the year, they're averaging 57.5 points per game, giving up 46.7 points per game. They were the 5A 5 seed, but don't let that fool you. They might be the best 5 seed in 5A 6A combined
100%.
right now. They are very, very good. Also, we almost had a preview of this game in the Primus Moore Invitational opener before snow canceled that tournament. So these two teams have not faced each other before. I think the last time we're going to get into it in a little bit, it's been a little while since McAlester played Collinsville. I believe it was the regional opener back in Collinsville in 2020. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. The playoff history for the Collinsville Cardinals, they have one state runner-up finish. That was in 1976 in Class 2A, where they lost to Millwood 69-65. They have 5 state tournament appearances all time, 3 of those in the last 6 years. Last year's state quarterfinalists, they lost to the eventual state champs, as we mentioned, Midwest City, by 1, 57-56, when their record was 21-6. Again, 4 out of the 6 losses were to teams that played in the 5A state championship game.
That's insane.
Yeah, look at that. Also, it was a heartbreaker loss for them, too. It wasn't where they tried to get back into it. They tied up the game, but it was a last-second free throw that won it for Midwest City that advanced them to the semifinals and eventually to a state championship win over Booker T. Here as we're at their regional. Their common opponent so far this year, Glenpool, they beat them twice, 53-33 and 63-37. McAlester beat them in the Sequoia tournament earlier this year in December, 72-47. And then Edison Prep, they defeated Edison Prep 71-45. McAlester lost to the Eagles twice this year by scores of 70-56 and 72-54. Collinsville also placed 3rd in the Inola tournament, 2-0 in the Lincoln Christian tournament, and they were 7th place in the Titan Classic. Listen to this. They played Carl Albert. They played Norman North. In the 7th place game was Dell City, who finished 2nd in 5A2, one of the toughest districts in the state. They won that game 51-50. Also, looking at Collinsville coming into this tournament, they're winners of 3 in a row. Their record against teams that they've lost to is 149-92. So that's the combined record of their opponents that they have lost to. No losses to a sub-500 team this season. Their worst loss was to 12-12 Claremore, 43-30. And their record of teams that they beat was 135-180. However, half of those wins were to plus 500 teams, including big wins. Excuse me, like 4A number 10 Fort Gibson, 4A number 12 Bethany, a 26-point win over Edison that we just mentioned, and that 1-point win over Dell City, who finished 2nd in 5A2. And they had 2 wins over 18 and 5 East Central that finished 3rd in the district. So they are a really, really good 5A team led by head coach Todd Anderson, who has spent 13 seasons at the helm with a combined record of 177 and 132. Only 4 losing seasons in his 13 seasons with the Collinsville Cardinals. So looking at McAlester when it comes to playoff action, they're 5-18, 5-13 in opening games, but 5-18 in regional tournament games since their last regional championship / state tournament appearance back in 05-06. McAlester went to this Booker T regional last year as well, where they lost to the Hornets 102-56 and then Sepulveda 83-65. As we mentioned, McAlester last played Collinsville in the 2020 regional opener, losing 88-55. Before that, they played in the ADA tournament. 56-46 was a loss for McAlester, but no other games before that. That was in 2018-2019. I believe it was 2019 where McAlester lost in the ADA tournament. So McAlester has not beaten Collinsville in the Max Preps era, as we'll like to call it, dating back to about 2005. So they're looking for their first known win over Collinsville in at least the 21st century. So how are they going to do it? Let's look at some players to watch for the McAlester Buffaloes.
We're going to start things off with Brandon Smith, who built onto an already impressive freshman season, upping his three-point percentage all the way to 40% to end the regular season. Excuse me. He didn't only improve on the offensive side as he averaged a ridiculous 3 steals a game. And to put that in perspective, the NBA steals leader per game is Dyson Daniels of the Atlanta Hawks, and he's averaging 3.1 a game.
That's pretty crazy.
Next up, you knew I was going to eventually bring him up, Rodney Washington. What else can you say about this kid that hasn't already been said? He's averaged 21.5 points per game in the regular season, leading the team in scoring, including 38% from three-point range and multiple highlight reel dunks. He's also the leader in blocks and rebounding. It's clear McAlester has a star in the making in Rodney Washington, and I can't wait to see what he has in store against a high-flying Cardinal team for his playoff debut. And finally, Davian Pouncil, who also took an incredible leap from his freshman to sophomore campaign, scoring 8 more points per game than last season. But the most notable step he took was in the rebounding department. He was far and away the leading offensive rebounder for this team, grabbing 65 offensive rebounds, nearly doubling the next closest player. And moving on to the keys to the game. Number 1, you got to find your three-point shot early. 12 days ago against Tahlequah, McAlester was able to make 10 of their 18 three-point attempts, which helped them hold off a late Tiger run to win that game and vault them to the 4 seed. You're going to need to do the same against this Collinsville team, who scored 71 against the Edison Eagles, who you were only able to score an average of 55 points against. Number 2, continue to apply pressure on the defensive side. The Buffs forced the Tigers to shoot 1 of 20 from three-point range in that game. while I'm sure McAlester would love to hold the Cardinals to that percentage again, it's rare to see a team shoot like that from three. If you're able to hold them to a low 30s percentage from three-point range, you should be right in the thick of this game.
Especially a team, by the way, that's averaging nearly 60 points.
Exactly. And finally, you got to hit your free throws. Against Tahlequah back at the MAC, McAlester only made 9 of 23 free throws, which was good for a 39% mark. That is not close to where the Buffs need to be to win this game, where they're seemingly very evenly matched with Collinsville. If they can keep that percentage in the low to mid 70s, McAlester should absolutely have a chance to advance to the area tournament for the first time since 21-22, and a chance at the regional championship against the host, Booker T. Washington.
Yeah, as Nate just mentioned, Booker T just beat Pryor, so Pryor's season is over. If McAlester is to win this game, then they will play Booker T tomorrow night for a rematch of last year's regional opener. That'll be at 7 o'clock tomorrow here at this gym, the Wayman Tisdale Court, Nathan E. Harris Fieldhouse. If McAlester loses this game, the season is over, and then we're starting to get ready for track and baseball, so on and so forth. So the McAlester Buffaloes looking to keep their season alive, looking to avenge a loss that the McAlester Lady Buffaloes had on Tuesday to the Collinsville Lady Cardinals. Not often do you get to have two regional openers against the same school. So
yeah, I don't remember the last time I've seen that.
Pretty tough to do. But so the McAlester Lady Buffaloes lost that game 40-33, but it was a 1-point game with about 3.5 minutes left. Buffaloes looking to get revenge for their female counterparts. We're going to see if they can do it. It looks like we're going to be having tip-off here in about 3.5 minutes. We will take a 3-minute break and have our starting lineups and tip-off here in just a moment on KNED.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same-day or next-day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes. For over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to stipelaw.com.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary sale.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Nathan E. Harris Fieldhouse in Tulsa, Oklahoma for regional basketball action. I'm Brandon Green alongside Nate Brown. Again, we're on the radio, and also we are on YouTube today, but just in the booth camera due to OSSAA restrictions. So we thank you for joining us tonight as it's a winner-go-home game between the McAlester Buffaloes and the Collinsville Cardinals, just like what we had in Coweta 2 days ago. Buffaloes, again, trying to avenge that loss for the McAlester Lady Buffaloes and extend their season 12-11 on the season as the Collinsville Cardinals are 14-10. Let's go ahead and let's look at the starting lineups, beginning with your McAlester Buffaloes, led by second-year head coach Mike Dooney. Again, 12-11 on the year. Again, McAlester is going to be the home team on the scoreboard. They're wearing their home white-on-white uniforms with the black numerals on the front and back and black and McAlester cursive across the chest with the gold and black accents down the side. Starting off with the sophomore forward, number 1, Devion Bickham, who averaged 6.3 points per game and 5.8 rebounds per game. Number 2, sophomore guard Brandon Smith, who led the team in three-point percentage at 40% and steals per game at 3 steals per game. Freshman guard number 3, Rodney Washington, who had 21.5 points per game, leading the team there, as well as rebounds per game at 6.4 and 1.2 rejections a game. Sophomore guard/forward number 5, Davian Pouncil, who led the team. Well, he was third on the team in scoring at 11.2 points per game, led the team in offensive rebounds by nearly double the next closest guy, and had also 5.9 rebounds per game total. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Buffaloes, senior guard number 10, Alex Dooney, second on the team in plus-minus, just 2 points below Brandon Smith. Now looking at the Collinsville Cardinals and their starting lineups, led by head coach Todd Anderson in his 13th season, 177 and 132 at the helm with only 4 losing seasons to his name as the leader of the Birds. They're wearing their road gray-on-gray uniforms with their baby blue numerals on the front and back. With their 1 through 5 looks like this. Starting off with the sophomore guard, number 0, standing at 6 foot tall, Brevin Walters. You also have senior guard, number 2, standing at 5'10", Austin Normandin. We have the junior guard standing at 6'2", number 3, Dylan Cycles. And you also have senior forward standing at 6 foot tall, number 10, Walton Kavanaugh. And the senior guard standing at 5'8", number 20, Aiden Anderson. Look out for Austin Normandin. He had 10 points per game, 5 assists per game, and is also a slasher. Walton Kavanaugh had 3 points per game and 3 rebounds per game a year ago as a junior. And Aiden Anderson, 12 points per game, leading the team, returning from last year, leading the team with 12 points per game, 5 assists per game, and a 3-year starter who shoots 40% and a little bit better than that from beyond the arc. So we're about to have tip-off brought to you by McAlester Clothing Consignment. Accepts consignments Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays and offers a 50-50 split. Consign with us and pick up great bargains. 1212 South Main McAlester behind Dollar General. Any final thoughts before we get started here?
Man, I'm excited to see some McAlester Buffalo basketball, maybe get some revenge here.
It'll be Devion Bickham inside the circle with number 2, Austin Normandin. McAlester will be moving the ball left to right across your radio dials, while the Collinsville Cardinals will be moving it right to left. On top of the Hornet logo, ball's up in the air. Tip is won by Collinsville, and it's playoff time here in the Heartland up in T-Town. Brandon Green alongside Nate Brown bringing you the action here in the booth tonight. Passing angle right with the basketball, number 10, Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh looks inside. We have an early foul, blocking foul down the low post. Looked like a near steal by Brandon Smith. We'll see who the foul is officially called on down there in the low post.
It's going to be on Alex Dooney.
Early foul on Alex Dooney, yep. Dooney got into some foul trouble about 12 days ago against Tahlequah, too. This one was on the shot, so it will send Dylan Circles to the free throw line. That might be one of the hardest names I've had to say all year. Circles' first free throw is good. And if I'm pronouncing it wrong, if anyone's tuning in from Collinsville, then I greatly apologize. So Collinsville is on the board first, 13 seconds into the first quarter. Circles the right-handed stroke from the charity stripe, sinks the second free throw, and it's a 2-0 game. Collinsville up early. Again, Dooney drawing that shooting foul. 2-0 the score, 7:45 left in the first quarter. Davian Pouncil gets the pass from the right angle. Now to the near corner. Smith lobbed to the top of the key. Fake shot by Rodney Washington. Now the right wing trigger. 3 by Brandon Smith. Finds the bottom of the bucket. And McAlester retakes the lead, 3-2 on the three-point ball from the right wing of Brandon Smith.
And Brandon, that's exactly what you needed to see to start this game.
Driving, kicking, far corner. Thought about the 3. Brandon nearly got a steal here for him as there's a driving shot along the baseline that's going to be missed by Normandin. And then a defensive rebound by Bickham. Bickham driving towards the other side of the floor. Lays it in for Davian Pouncil, who has the wide open left block too. And McAlester takes a 5-2 advantage. Quickly to the other side, near corner. Normandin Gets to the left wing to circles, back to Norman, the near corner. McAlester running man-to-man, 6:58 left in the first. McAlester on top, 5-2 behind a 3 ball from Brandon Smith, and a 2 from the left block from Davian Pouncil, assisted by Devion Bickham. Low post. Turnaround jump shot looking like Dirk and sinking it. Dylan Circles has got all 4 points so far for the Collinsville Cardinals. 5-4. So far, pretty good game here. 6:36 left in the first quarter. Dooney left wing. Dooney bounce pass, no look to the high post. Back outside, straight away. Rodney Washington 3. That one's rimmed out. 1 and done go the Buffaloes as grabbing the rebound. Look to be Brevin Walters there. Right wing driving in, kicking out, near corner. Thought about the 3, now driving in is Anderson. Anderson steps back. Really good 3-point shooter, leaves it to the top of the key. Circles for 3, off kilter. Offensive board, low post, taking it back outside is Walters. Walters hands it off to a trailing Bird.
It's already 2 offensive rebounds for Collinsville.
Norman in with the ball between the rings, passes to the left angle. Hands it off. Circles. Now hands it to the top of the key to the left wing. Long 3 by Anderson is good. You cannot leave him open. He was about 5 feet beyond the 3-point line, and the Collinsville Cardinals retake the lead 7-5. A plus 40% 3-point shooter, just like Brandon Smith, who hit one to start the game scoring-wise for the Buffaloes. High post, Pouncil left alone. Free throw line jumper won't go. Off the back iron, Rodney tries fighting for the rebound, but instead it's taken by Collinsville, and McAlester once again goes 1 and done. To the near corner, driving in quickly, leaving McAlester as Davian Pouncil gets a block out of nowhere, but with the offensive board and the turnaround jump shot not being falling is Brevin Walters. There's a rebound by Smith. Smith to a trailing Washington at the high post. Gets right past 2 defenders and right towards the cup. He'll score to tie the game, 7-all. 5:15 left in the first quarter. Some high-flying action here early. No pun intended between the Birds and the Buffs. Right wing circles. Between the circles, over to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh, the top of the key to Normandin. Normandin, right elbow, guarded well by Bickham. Back outside, right wing. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Driving in to the low post. 2 is up. Contested 2 will still go from the right block by Dylan Circles.
How did he get that one to fall?
He's got 6 out of the 9 points so far. The junior for the Cardinals. Bounce pass inside, trying to find Pouncil from Dooney. That's going to be stolen by Walters. Going the other way, near corner, wide open. Instead, spinning it to the baseline. Looked like a near travel. Back out to the top of the key. Thought about the 3 as Anderson. Now he drives into the paint. He cannot make the running layup. He'll get his own rebound, though. Leave it outside left wing.
That's 4 offensive rebounds for Collinsville. McAllister's got to fix that.
Walters dribbled the ball off his foot. Smith can't get the steal. It's going to be saved by the Cardinals, leading 9-7 with 4:20 left in the first quarter. They've only had 1 foul so far. It's been on Alex Dooney, and that was in the first shot of the game. Left wing, Walters to the top of the key. Once again, wide open. Anderson for 3. You can't leave him wide open. That's 2 consecutive 3-pointers that he has made. It's now 12-7. Coach Dooney needs a timeout. 4:05 left in the first. The Buffaloes are down by 5 to the Collinsville Cardinals here on KNED.
Vinton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal? Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Vinton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at vintonnissan.com.
Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma. So far, it's been the 3 ball from Aiden Anderson and some tough shots by Dylan Circles of the Collinsville Cardinals that has led to a 12-7 Collinsville lead over McAlester with 4:05 left in the first quarter. McAlester has not been able to get an offensive rebound yet. Collinsville's been living on some second chance opportunities so far. Left wing, Pouncil tries to answer with a 3. Does so! Paint it gold. Davian Pouncil says, I got your back. He's got 5 points. And McAlester down by 2 now, right out of the timeout by head coach Mike Dooney. It is now 12-10 with 3:45 left in the first quarter here in this winner-go-home regional opener at the Booker T. Washington Gymnasium, the Nathan E. Harris Fieldhouse. Angle right, looking inside, no one's open. With the gray jerseys, driving baseline will be Circles. Circles takes the fadeaway jumper from the baseline, about 10 feet out, won't get it to go. Offensive board again, and the 2-pointer will fall. This one by Brevin Walters, who has his first 2.
It's 5 offensive rebounds here early on in this game.
14-10, McAlester trails by 4. 3:18 left in the first. Washington takes a chance. Left wing 3, short. And once again, the Buffaloes go 1 and done. Walters flying in for the rebound. Walters only standing at 6 foot tall, but he plays a lot taller than he is. Anderson dribbles up to the 3-point line. Is stopped by Smith. Passes near corner. Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh, entry dribble right back outside to Normandin. Normandin spin move past Pouncil to the high post, into the paint. Jumps into Dooney. Turnaround jump shot won't go. Good defense by Alex Dooney. Rebounded by Washington. McAlester takes it in stride to the near corner. Back to Washington. Drives into the paint. Triple teamed. Up off the glass and in. He went right into the Cardinals' nest and was able to come out with 2 points. 2:36 left in the first. 14-12, and we have a foul here on the Buffaloes. It's their second team foul. First personal on Davian Pouncil.
Looks like we got a couple subs for Collinsville. In is 12 and 24. Coming out is 0 and 2.
So Normandin and Walters take a seat as here's an inbound to the near corner. 2:33 left in the first quarter with the basketball. Circles. He goes around the oval to the right wing. Three-pointer is in the air by Anderson. He's 3 for 3. Left open again that time. He just finds himself open, and it makes it a 17-12 game. He's got 9 out of the 17 points from beyond the arc. That's why he's so good. That's why he's averaged 12 points per game from a year ago. 2:10 left in the first quarter. McAlester down by 5. Rodney Washington with the feed to the right wing inside. Bigham tried driving to the low post, and it looks like he was hacked on the way there.
It'll be the first team foul on Collinsville.
That was a quick show of, I believe, 3. Yeah, that's Dylan Circles with his first personal foul. We have baseline inbound here. Looks like Smith will do the honors quickly to Washington. Trigger 3 near corner. Will rim out. And Bigham trying to fight for McAllister's first offensive board. Instead, it'll go to Pouncil. Pouncil, lob to the far corner. Smith's turn for 3 is off the back iron. McAllister, after a couple of made threes by Pouncil and Smith, have not been able to hit him here since, as Anderson lost control of the ball, last touched by Pouncil, who nearly was able to get his hands in on it and steal it. He had that trigger 3 by Washington just in the near corner, wouldn't go from the opposite corner. Smith just a little bit off. McAllister down 17-12, 1:48 left in the first quarter. Inbound high post, stopping his dribble and getting it to the right wing. Anderson now with the ball far corner. Back to the top of the key, three-pointer in the air and short. That attempt from number 24, Jarrett Bristol, one of the first Cardinals off the bench. 17-12. Left wing, Pouncil, guarded up well. Feeds to a trailing Dooney between the rings. To the far corner, Smith from deep in the corner for 3. Painted gold! Brandon Smith connects, and it's 17-5. 17-15, excuse me. 1:22 left in the first quarter.
Smith's got 6.
Across the half-court line, Anderson with the basketball, feeding it with a shovel pass to the right wing to Circles. Circles trying to get past Bigham to the high post. Spin moves into the low post, lost control of the ball, rolls around in the paint, and Pouncil, who grabbed the ball, was also right on that out-of-bounds line as he was doing so. So it's going to stay with the Cardinals, but you can't fault the effort there of the McAlester Buffaloes trying to get that ball back. 69 seconds left in the first. Buffs down by a bucket. Inbound, far corner, tipped loose by Smith, last touched by Smith as he was tied up with Dylan Circles.
McAlester, if nothing else, making him work on this possession.
Be another baseline inbound here for Bristol. Bristol looks, will have to lob it on out. Over to Kavanaugh, straight away. Kavanaugh guarded by Pouncil, hands the ball off to Anderson. Anderson from about 5 feet beyond the three-point line seems to be a sweet spot. No look pass to the left wing. Three-pointer up by Circles is airballed and saved by a Cardinal for the moment, then taken back by Alex Dooney. Dooney to the far sideline, along over to Pouncil. Pouncil dribbles to the left wing with 50 seconds left in the first. Brandon Smith, right wing. Working against the zone defense. Looks to be a 2-3 by the Cardinals. Left wing, Pouncil, back to Dooney. 40 seconds as McAlester slows things down for the first time today, it looks like. No look pass high post. Pouncil for the tie. Free throw line jumper will take a Buffalo bounce in. Hit off the back iron. Took about a 5 feet bounce up above the backboard and then fell through. It's 17-17 here in the first quarter. Probably everything you wanted to see, right?
Yeah. Pouncil's got 7 points here in the first quarter.
What a great playoff game we have so far. Far corner. With the ball, Bristol. Bristol lost control of it, gathered back by Schloman. Schloman to the left wing, into the corner for the lead. Kavanaugh got it. Tickles the twine, makes it 20-17. They get another 3. First one not made by Anderson. 20-17, Smith tries to get it right back, can't do so. Wide shot to the right. Three-quarter court shot at the buzzer. Hit off the top of the glass, but if it was a little bit less oomph, that might have went. 20-17 is our score. Collinsville leads McAlester after 1 here on KNED.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February.
At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001444.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
Welcome back to as we have a foul right off the bat, and boy, did we have a lot of contact there as Alex Dooney was tackled by Brevin Walters there. That'll be an early foul here, 8 seconds into the second quarter. Welcome back to the Nathan E. Harris Fieldhouse in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm Brandon Green along with Nate Brown. The Buffaloes trail 20-17. Here's a far corner three by Pouncil trying to tie it up. He leaves it short. Quick rebound by the Cardinals, and they got numbers in stride until Pouncil swept in there and was able to get the steal. Over to the left wing. Bickham for three. That one's short. As now with the basketball, Collinsville will be moving it right to left. Between the rings to the right wing. 7:30 left in the first half. Top of the key. Normandin driving to the low post. Goes up with a two and left it short. Last touch by Buffalo. On the radio side of things, we have a commercial running. I don't know if Wyatt knows why. 7:25 left in the first half. The McAlester Buffaloes are, again, down 20-17. It looks like we're back on the radio side of things. Also, it looks like Wesley Phillips and Caven Hill are getting ready to check in for the Buffaloes. Driving in baseline. Getting over Dooney. It looked like an offensive foul, but they're not going to give it to him. As going up for two and scoring is Austin Normandin. His first 2 points. 22-17. High post, Dooney. Back outside, Pouncil wants it. He takes the left wing three. That's back ironed. Brandon Smith with McAllister's second offensive rebound. Goes up for two, can't score there. Still in the paint. Davian Pouncil grabs the rebound. And the third time's a charm for the Buffaloes. It's now 22-19. Buffs down by 3 with 6:46 left in the first half.
And Pouncil's got 9.
So far leading the way for the Buffaloes. Right wing driving into the paint. Floater up and can't bounce in for Normandin. Washington's got the rebound. Triple team. Throws it off of the Cardinal out of bounds. And it will be McAlester basketball. 6:32 left in the half as Hill and Phillips check in. Bickham and Pouncil check out. The Buffaloes on the right side of the half-court line as the Cardinals, when they're shooting on the left. Smith crosses the half-court line. Possession arrow right now favors the Collinsville Cardinals. Pass to the top of the key. Again, Buffs down by a tray. Washington fakes right, goes left, pulls up. Pop and shot. Free throw line jumper goes for Rodney Washington. And it's 22-21. Buffaloes down by only 1 now. Went into the second quarter down by 3 points. Anderson hands the ball off to Normandin. Normandin to the left wing. Hands it back off to Circles. Circle gets to the top of the key, guarded by Hill. Into the paint. Turnaround jump shot. Won't go. Rebounded by Smith. Again, trying to look around some referees here. 5:54 left to go in the first half. Is driving towards the cup but not being able to score. Going from his hip with the shot was Rodney Washington. Rebounded by the Cardinals. 3 in transition to the baseline. Stopping low post. Going up for two now on a trailing Cardinal and scoring to make it 24-21. With the two, number 10, Walton Cavanaugh.
And Pouncil getting ready to check back in next stop.
24-21, 5.5 left to go in the half. Pass to the right wing to Hill. Hill overhead pass between the rings to Washington. Washington on the white line. That's his range. Double team now to the right wing. Dooney gets past one defender, stops in the low post. No look feed to Hill. Hill, teardrop will fall from about 4 feet out. And McAlester brings it back to a 1-point game. Caven Hill, the freshman, averaged 1.8 points per game, 2.3 rebounds per game.
Good to see he's getting some early action here.
Left wing Anderson, shovel pass to the right wing. Able to find Normandin. Normandin around the world to Walters. Walters left wing back to Anderson. Anderson, high post, weaving through defenders, back out to the near corner. Wide open three by Cavanaugh is good. And he's given a little bit of a shrug, like the Jordan shrug, as he made his way back across the half-court line. He's been playing pretty well here in the second quarter after not having a point in the first. Driving in, Washington in through traffic. Doesn't matter. He scores, makes it 27-25. Coach Todd Anderson needs a timeout of Collinsville. We'll take it with them. Collinsville leading by 2, 27-25, with 4:37 left in the half here on KNED.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same-day or next-day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
This is what you expected from a playoff game so far. The McAlester Buffaloes down by 2, but it's been back and forth here in the second quarter. McAllister's won the quarter so far by 1, but they're down by 2 on the scoreboard, 27-25. Collinsville with the basketball on the right wing. McAllister's had 1 foul to none so far on the Cardinals in the second quarter. It's really not been a lot of fouling in this game. Into the low post, back outside. Far corner, Kavanaugh just hit a 3. Tries going baseline. That's contested pretty well. Back outside. Top of the key back to the left wing. To Schloman. Schloman nearly traveled to the top of the key. Ball comes loose. Bickham's on top of it. Now we got some pushing and shoving. And really just 2 players going after the basketball. Even Bickham helps out Normandin. Collinsville fans behind us do not like that.
That's definitely not a flagrant, folks.
Well, I don't know if there's much of a foul there in the first place. I think it's just a jump ball, and it will be. Yeah, both players are just going after it. And that will give Collinsville the ball back as they own the possession arrow. Got halfway through the second quarter. Across the half-court line, past the right wing to Schloman. Schloman looking around. No one there to the high post. Cross court, trying to find Walters. Walters was cutting towards the basket, and that left it to no one but the student photographer, so Booker T there in the corner. I'll give the ball back over to McAlester, down by 2.
It looks like Dooney's going to check in for Brendan Smith.
That's going to be Smith's first seat of the game. 3:57 left in the first half. On the floor for McAlester, we have Hill, Dooney. Looks like Pouncil, Washington, and Bickham. Here's the pass to Pouncil across the half-court line to the far corner to Bickham. Bickham looking around, well guarded, and now takes the far corner 3 and left it short. He hit a couple of threes against Tahlequah about 12 days ago. That was in McAllister's regular season finale and senior day there. Going to the other way, we have a foul in the low post area. I think this one's going to be on Dooney also. Yeah, it's on Dooney. That's his second personal, first team. And Smith, that break on the seat was a little short-lived. He comes in for Dooney. 3:37 left in the half. Inbound far corner. Anderson into the paint. Anderson leaves it outside over to Kavanaugh, left wing. Back to the near corner to Anderson. Anderson guarded well by Washington. Backpedals on up. Nearly steps out of bounds. Stops by Pouncil. Anderson still with the basketball. Jump stops in the paint. Wild 2 won't go. Fights for his own rebound. Bickham saves it. Throws it to the near sideline. And who has that ball? Wow, what a play. Kavanaugh was able to jump with Brandon Smith, throw it off of Smith's dome, and give the ball back to his Birds. Felt like I was into the other guys. Oh, look, they're flying. 3:17 left in the half. If you haven't seen that movie, I strongly encourage you to do so. It's PG-13. Maybe still for a little bit more of adults.
Yeah.
3:08 left in the half. Anderson stops at the left wing area, passes to the near corner. Trying to drive his circles into the low post. Wide open man left alone after McAlester double teamed. Was able to find Kavanaugh as his excellent second quarter continues. Far corner, Pouncil driving in, leaves it over to Hill. Hill tried going up with it. Looked like he had an arm bar on him. No call there. 29-25, McAlester down. 2:45 left in the half. Right wing step back 3 on the way by Circles. Airballed. And the Cardinals can't save it on a leaping attempt by Brevin Walters. Instead, he threw it off an official, and he quickly said, hey, I did not mean to do that.
Checking in will be Wesley Phillips, coming out, Caven Hill.
2:39 left in the half. McAlester down by 4. They led for a slim time back in the first quarter, but the Cardinals have pretty much owned the first half. But the McAlester Lady Buffaloes led for most of the first half back on Tuesday, and then they couldn't get it back as Davian Pouncil takes a free throw line jumper from the left elbow and is able to sink it to make it 29-27. This is right around when the Collinsville Lady Cardinals started to take control. Can the Buffaloes do the same thing here in the game on Thursday?
Let's hope so.
2:11 left in the half. Handoff beyond the perimeter. Back to a man. Pouncil nearly with the steal, but Walters gets it back to the top of the key. Circles drives in. Circles is fouled on the shot, and we'll have 2 free throws on the way. Looks like for Dylan Circles.
Foul's going to be on Wesley Phillips, his first, team second of the second quarter.
Buffaloes haven't had a free throw attempt yet. There's only been 2 fouls on the Cardinals this entire game. McAlester has had 4.
I mean, there's only been 2 free throw attempts total in this game so far.
And both by this guy, the 6'2" junior guard Dylan Circles, who had the first 6 points for the Cardinals out of the gate. First free throw in the air is back iron. Went 2 of 2 last time, now 2 of 3. Did you mean to do that?
Maybe.
A little bit of a jinx, announcer jinx.
No comment.
Circles trying to get the second free throw here. Down low to rebound, should he miss? Bickham and Phillips up high is Pouncil and Smith. Outside the perimeter is Rodney Washington. Second free throw is good. Still a 1-possession game, though. 30-27, McAlester down by the same margin that they were down at halftime. 2-minute warning here in the first half. Smith on the edge of the circle. Shovel pass angle right to Pouncil, near corner to Bickham. Bickham looking inside, nothing's there. Back outside to Bickham near corner. Bickham trying to drive, denied access. Back to Smith outside. Pouncil for the tie, left wing 3. Too strong. Smith tries fighting for the rebound, but it's last touch by Smith. Had the position, just could not corral it in. And he'll give the ball back to the Cardinals with 1:42 left in the half. These 2 high-flying offenses, McAlester averaged 62.3 points per game on the season. Collinsville at 57.5. Anderson to Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh has his pocket pick off of Phillips. What a terrible luck. It was knocked loose from behind by Rodney Washington, but straight to Wesley Phillips, who's going to guard his man from outside the perimeter. If it doesn't get off of Phillips, that's going to be McAlester ball. Inbound to the high post, right back to the low post. Blocked shot by TNT. Rebounded by Bickham, ahead over to Washington. Washington past one man. Euro step into the paint. Number 3 will score. Rodney Washington pulls it back to a 1-point game. That is defense leading to offense. Great play by Brandon Smith, leading to the 2 by Washington. Outside, Anderson from near half court will now get it to the left wing. Driving, pulling, circles from the left elbow will sink the shot. 32-29. 60 seconds left in the second quarter. Washington, right wing, tried throwing it to the left side. Tipped loose, taken back in the backcourt by Brandon Smith. 55 seconds left. Smith dribbles across the timeline, passes off left side to Pouncil. Pouncil looks inside, finds Smith, back outside. Straight away, Washington with 45 seconds left. Washington roams right, passes to Smith, turnaround jump shot from the free throw line. Won't go. Looked like it was about to bounce back in after it rolled off the front iron. 3-point Collinsville lead, 32 seconds left in the half. Some high-flying action here in the last 90 seconds. Right wing bounce pass to the baseline. Up high post, trying to dribble into the paint, now bounce passes it outside. Cavanaugh's hit a couple of threes so far, does not elect to go with that one there. Instead gives it off to Circles in the front court with 17 seconds left in the half. 32-29. Bickham looking at his opponent, guards him. Circles tries driving, there will be a foul called on Bickham. It's a late whistle, and Bickham's kind of looking around in bewilderment. That'll be McAllister's 5th foul. Again, there's only been 2 total on the Collinsville Cardinals. Oh, they're not going to call that on Bickham? Or are they just slow to put it on the scoreboard? It's not on Phillips. Yeah, they're just slow to put it on the scoreboard. That's on Bickham. That's his first personal. Inbound with 10 seconds, almost stolen by Hill. Taken back by the Cardinals, driving in, leaving it low. Cavanaugh for 2 scores. With 3 seconds, does McAllister have one more shot in him? 1 second, 3/4 court shot at the buzzer is wide right. And that will be the end of the first half. 34-29, the Collinsville Cardinals leading this high-flying basketball game, this winner-go-home regional opener, as McAllister will try to erase a 5-point deficit going into the locker room. You're listening to McAlester Buffalo Basketball here on KNED.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes. For over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to Stipe Law.
Running Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary sale.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, here at the Nathan E. Harris Fieldhouse, a home to so many greats here. And also where McAlester saw their season come to an end last year, and they're trying not to have it happen for a second year in a row. But this time, they're not against the host team. They're taking on the 5 seed from 5A3, but that's a really good 5 seed, a team that's beaten some host teams in other parts of the state. So McAlester down at the half, 34-29, trying to erase a 5-point deficit. We're going to look at our halftime stats and see how we got here. That is brought to you by First Realty, 602 South 2nd Street, McAlester. Call 918-423-3122 or visit first-realty.net.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs, whether residential or commercial. First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122.
All right, Nate, let's look at the first half stats here.
All right, Davian Pouncil was your leading scorer in the first half. He had 11 points on 5 of 9 shooting. He did make a 3 in the first half. He also had 2 offensive rebounds, a steal, and a block. Rodney Washington had 10 points, also on 5 of 9 shooting. He had 2 defensive rebounds. Brandon Smith had 6 points in the first half. All of them came from 3-point range. 3 total rebounds, 1 offensive, 2 defensive, and a block. Kaven Hill had 2 points on 1 of 1 shooting from the field. Devion Bickham had a rebound and a steal. And Alex Zuni had 2 rebounds in the first half, and that'll round out your individual scoring. And now we'll move on to our team stats, where McAlester actually shooting better from the field than Collinsville. McAlester shooting 13 of 27 for 48%. Collinsville 13 of 28 for 46%. But McAlester just 3 of 13 from 3-point range right now, compared to Collinsville, who is 5 of 9 for 56%. No free throw attempts in the first half for McAlester, compared to 3 of 4 for Collinsville. And Collinsville also out-rebounding McAlester 15-10. Let's see. Just 3 turnovers by Collinsville in the first half, only 2 by McAlester.
So it's been a pretty good game. That's really all it can come down to. You had neither team really performing bad, but what can McAlester do in the second half to erase a 5-point deficit to this high-flying Collinsville offense?
Well, it's going to start on the perimeter on both sides. Collinsville is getting a lot of open threes that just can't happen. I mean, against a team that shoots as well as they do, you can't keep leaving them open.
Now, they did get a lot better when they started going down the stretch in the second quarter. I know that wherever Anderson was, Coach Dooney called a timeout after his third made 3, and he's like, you know what, we can't have that happen anymore. And so, but then stepping up was Walton Cavanaugh. He had a great second quarter.
Right. And on the other side, McAllister's going to have to start making their threes. 3 of 13 is not going to get the job done here in Booker T.
And really, that's really all it comes down to is just the shooting. But McAlester also, we have not seen very many fouls. Collinsville's only fouled 3 times. We have not even gotten to 4 fouls in a quarter yet by either team.
Right.
Again, the most fouls that we've had in a quarter was 3 by McAlester in the second.
Yeah, there's only been 7 total team fouls in the first half.
That's unbelievable. So McAlester will try to get to the line at least sometime this game.
I would hope so.
Again, they have not been to the line yet, but again, they're also down 34-29, trying to, again, erase that 5-point deficit. Once again, the winner tonight will take on Booker T in the regional championship tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. The loser of this game will find their season come to an end. McAlester is trying to get back to the area tournament for the first time since 2022 and also prove that, hey, even though we only won 3 games last year, we quadrupled our win total this year, and we're trying to show that they belong against a team that went to the dance last year, only lost by 1 to the eventual state champions.
Yep.
And it was the last-second free throw that let Midwest City win that game. They're trying to get back there with 3 returning starters from that team. So McAlester looking for a statement win tonight and to also keep their season alive. They're down 34-29. Those are your first half stats and also keys to the second half, brought to you by First Realty, 602 South 2nd Street, McAlester. Call 918-423-3122 or visit first-realty.net. And also, since we are also on YouTube tonight with our In the Booth camera, again, due to OSSAA restrictions, could not do the actual video streaming of the full-on game, but we do want to let everyone know that if we don't do an in-the-booth camera, if there's a McAlester football, basketball, baseball game, and then some other sports as well, it's normally going to be on the radio as well.
Right.
So if you ever want to find out how to listen to McAlester sports on the radio, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM locally. You can also go to our website at McAllisterRadio.com, click on the KNED tab, and you'll be able to find McAlester Sports that way. Or just download that blue app, the KNED app, and you'll be able to find all the action there as well when we don't have in-the-booth action. That's how you can listen to McAlester Buffalo Athletics. Again, we have about 2 minutes until the start of the second half. McAlester trailing here at halftime. And the regional opener to Collinsville, 34-29. We'll take a 2-minute break and return here on KNED.
Vinton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal? Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Vinton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at VintonNissan.com.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February. At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014448.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same day or next day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
We are flipping sides as we have 16 minutes to decide who's going to be surviving on to tomorrow and who's going to be packing their bags and heading home. McAlester with the basketball to begin the second half, down 34-29, now on the left side of the half-court line. Davian Pouncil, Rodney Washington, Alex Dooney, Brandon Smith, and Devion Bickham on the floor for the black and gold, your starting 5. Smith outside the Dooney. Dooney on the drive to the high post. Dooney behind the back pass, trying to find Bigham, and it's stolen by the Cardinals. Kavanaugh moving the other way. Kavanaugh hands it off to Circle. Circle's now back over to Normandin. In 34-29, that's only McAllister's, third turnover the entire game?
Yeah.
Top of the key, Normandin. Guarded well by Smith. Passes into the high post. Overreaching was Washington. Now to a cutting Kavanaugh, who misses a wide-open driving baseline jumper. And now Brandon Smith with the rebound going all the way to the other side of the floor. Cannot score. We have an offensive board by Davian Pouncil, who cannot put it back up from the right block area. 7:05 left in the third. Anderson with a high dribble out to the edge of the Hornet logo. Pass to the near sideline to Normandin. Normandin left-handed dribble all around the arc. Stopped by Smith to the top of the key to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh hands off to Circles. Circles looking back door. Swatted away by Pouncil and stolen by the sophomore. Add to the near sideline. Dooney stops left wing, tries to restart inside the three-point line. Now looks for a man to give it off to, gives off to Bigham. Baseline, back outside, right through the hands of Rodney Washington, and it rolls into our media table. Turnover McAllister. They only had 2 in the entire first half, and they have 2 here in the first minute and 20 seconds of the third. Down by 5 to Collinsville, 34-29. Now, there's not often that Collinsville's been missing shots tonight, so when they do miss shots and you're able to get the ball back, they got to take advantage of it. Anderson, top of the key, pass to the left wing. Wide open three on the way by Circles is in and out. Washington climbs the ladder, brings down the board to the far sideline. Over to the near sideline. Pouncil to the low post, can't score. Tries to tip it back in, second chance won't go. And ball rolls out to the front court, taken by the Cardinals. And we'll have a timeout called by Coach Todd Anderson of Collinsville to keep the possession. 34-29, McAllister down by 5. No scoring yet in the third quarter. 6:14 left in it here on KNED.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes for over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to stipelaw.com.
So a diving play by Austin Normandin was able to save the possession here for the Collinsville Cardinals, and a timeout call by head coach Todd Anderson. Collinsville has 3 timeouts remaining in the game. McAllister has 4. They inbound the ball to Anderson, and we are back underway with 6:10 left in the third quarter. Washington poked the ball loose, but it goes straight to Kavanaugh in the high post area. Back outside to Normandin. Normandin roams around the arc, stops right wing. Dribbles to the top of the key, stopped by Pouncil. Now backs it on up to the circle. Now restarts against Pouncil. Pouncil right on him like a gnat. Lost the ball on the floor. Pouncil's got the steal. Throws it to Bigham. Bigham trying to fight past the Cardinal, and there's going to be a foul called. And the foul will be on Circles. And although they've only had 3 fouls the entire game, 2 of them have been on Dylan Circles.
Obviously not a cause for concern yet for Collinsville, but something to keep an eye on.
No one in foul trouble at all for either team.
No.
Well, that's only the 8th combined foul we've had so far tonight.
I believe you're right.
Wow. 5:40 left in the third. McAllister hasn't had a free throw yet. 5:37 left in the third quarter. McAllister down by 5. There's been no scoring by either one of these teams yet through 2.5 minutes of play. Pouncil far corner. Working against the zone defense of Collinsville. Lobbing it back over to Washington in the front court. Pass to the left wing. Smith was thinking about a catch and shoot 3. Instead tries throwing to the high post, and it's tipped and intercepted. Brevin Walters the other way. Hands to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh inside the paint. Back outside. Driving in. Stopping. Circles. Restarting. And scoring. And those are our first 2 points of the third quarter. Coach Dooney.
There's a bloody nose.
Timeout. Bloody nose. Thank you. Looks like it's Anderson.
Yeah.
Aiden Anderson.
I think he took an elbow to the face on that last possession.
So McAllister down by a game-high 7 points. They've been able to get stops here in the third quarter. They have not had any points be scored yet. 5:05 left in the third. Dooney passes left wing to Pouncil. Pouncil baseline to Bigham. Bigham looking around, starts his dribble into the paint. Back outside far corner. Dooney spot up 3. In and out. We do have a foul called late. And it's going to be on Davian Pouncil.
That'll be his second.
As he was fighting for the rebound, both teams have a foul apiece. 4:50 left in the third, 7-point Collinsville lead. McAllister still scoreless, and that's a quick third foul on Davian Pouncil. Well, we haven't had a lot of those types of fouls. You can obviously know that they've let him play so far today because we haven't had a free throw, and there's only been 4 total by the Collinsville Cardinals.
All right.
And now we got a quick 2 fouls on Davian Pouncil, and all of a sudden we're looking at someone in foul trouble. Near corner, driving circle, step back, thought about the long three. Bickham knocks the ball loose, swiped straight back to a Cardinal. What a lucky bounce to Kavanaugh back near corner. Grabbing to Schloman. Schloman back straight away to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh overhead pass near corner. Circles into the paint. High post. Back outside, far corner. Kavanaugh thought about the three. Now goes baseline. Muscles his way towards the low post and scoring. Brevin Walters is who Kavanaugh was able to get it to, and it's now 38-29. McAlester down by 9. Have not scored yet in the third quarter. Needs something to propel them. Straight away, Washington gets a screen by Dooney to the high post, and we'll have a foul called. This one won't be on Dooney. It looks like it's going to be on Schloman. And that'll be the second team foul on the Cardinals. Only the first personal on Schloman.
And checking back in is number 20. Who took that elbow to the nose earlier.
Aiden Anderson. Smith lobs it over to Washington inside the circle. 4:07 left in the third. Pass the right wing. Smith, we need it. Airballs it with the right wing three. Hill tries to save the ball, but stepped out of bounds as he tried doing so. Buffaloes have gone ice cold. 38-29, left wing. Circles, about 10 feet from the three-point line, guarded opposite of Devion Bickham. Into the circle to Anderson. 3:50 left in the third. Anderson passes left wing to Schloman. Schloman tries getting around Smith to the high post. He stops. Schloman back outside. The circle. Circle's nearly traveled. Now goes to the low post. Up and over Hill. Can't score, but the offensive putback and good by Walter Kavanaugh as this one's starting to get away from McAlester down by 11. Smith driving in. Smith to the low post. Draws contact. No whistle. Tries to get the rebound. Can't get grabbed. Instead, Brevin Walters comes up with it. 5.5 minutes have gone by. McAlester hasn't scored in the third, and napping on the other side as Schloman's able to get it off the left block and scoring to make it 42-29. Schloman bumps into Washington. No whistle. Saw that on Davian Pouncil just a couple of drives ago.
Yeah.
Now Washington towards the paint. Up for a while, too. Left it short. The drought continues. Circles with the rebound. Coast to coast. Stopping low post. Back outside. Anderson. Open left wing three. There it is. And this one has gotten away. Timeout called by Coach Dooney. McAlester down by 16 in the blink of an eye. 2:57 left in the third quarter. We'll take that timeout with them. You're listening to McAlester Buffalo Basketball on KNED.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
McAlester Buffaloes just look discombobulated right now. 2:57 left in the third. They have not scored in the third quarter after having 29 points in the first half. And the Collinsville Cardinals right now, they are on a 13-0 run dating back to the second quarter. They have outscored McAlester by 11 so far in this quarter, 45-29. And if McAllister's comeback is going to start as they're down by 16, it's got to start right now. This is reminding me a lot of the Tulsa Memorial game back in Tulsa Memorial earlier this season where McAlester was close with them and then couldn't score in the second half, and it led to a big-time loss. Here's a shot from inside the paint, and we'll be having our first free throws of the game for McAlester. Our apologies to Big V Feed Center, who are your free throw sponsors on the season. Big V Feed Center for your animals' needs, plus winter feed booking prices. Call 918-426-1951. Caven Hill at the charity stripe. First free throw is up in the air and made. Caven Hill is a plus 80% free throw shooter. And amongst players for McAlester that has at least 10 free throws attempted, he leads the team in the free throw percentage mark. The foul's on Circles. That is his third, and that's McAllister's first point of the third quarter, coming from the freshman arm of Caven Hill. He makes both of his free throws. He's up to 4 points. McAlester now down by 14, 45-31.
Brandon Smith will check in now for Caven Hill. So it looks like you got your starting five out there.
The Buffaloes down but not out, but they need to start getting some stops on Collinsville. That's worked like a well-oiled machine. The Buffaloes have not had anywhere close to a run that the Cardinals just went on. Far corner into the low post area. Running over Pouncil and scoring is Kavanaugh. 47-31, back to a 16-point deficit. And off to Washington between the circles. 2:17 left in the third. Washington to the high post. Drew contact. It's on the floor first, though. That'll be foul number 4 on the Cardinals. And it will be on number 20, Aiden Anderson. That's just his first. Team fourth, though. One more will send McAlester to the line for the remainder of the third quarter. Smith will lob it on out, trying to find Washington, and does so in the front court. Down by 16. Washington dribbles to the top of the key, stops, no-look pass, tries to find the left wing area. It's stolen by Walters. Walters going up for the rejection. It's Rodney Washington, but getting it right back is Aiden Anderson with the 2. As 2 Buffaloes hit the deck, they are down in numbers 3 on 5 as Smith and Pouncil are trying to get to the other side. Washington did get the chase down block, but still 2 points by the Cardinals regardless. Bounce pass baseline. Dooney dribbles to the low post. Bounce pass back over to Devion Bickham, and the floater falls from the low post. McAlester back down 49-33. 16-point deficit again.
And those are Bickham's first 2 points of the day.
Bickham is able to tip the ball, but straight to Anderson in the backcourt. Anderson takes it across himself. Hands to Schloman. Schloman to the near corner. Walters feeds inside to Cavanaugh, low post. Cavanaugh back outside left wing. Anderson spot up 3. That's his first miss from downtown today. Back ironed it, rebounded by Washington. Washington tried throwing it ahead to Bickham, and it was way too strong. Throws it out of bounds. Turnover McAlester. They're down by 16, but again, you got to remember there's no 16-point shot in basketball. They can still slow things down. It's not the time for urgency just yet, but again, right now we just need stops and scores. Low post, that's not a stop. Cavanaugh will score off the left block. 1:10 left in the third, 51-33 as McAlester has been outscored. That looks like 18-4 here in this third quarter. Short shot by Bickham. Washington trying to get the rebound, instead taken by Cavanaugh. Ahead to Anderson. Anderson stopping with that bloody nose. Gets it to the far corner. Driving, kicking, near corner. Schloman thought about the 3, pulls up from just inside the 3-point line, left the 2 short. Rebounded by Washington. Washington down the floor to Pouncil. Pouncil tries stopping, feeds it back outside to Washington. Left wing 3 is good! Off the back iron, then kissed the glass, and then fell through the hoop. That's what McAlester needed desperately there. They're down by 15, 51-36, 30 seconds left in the third. Maybe a stroke of good luck here. Near corner, trying to answer right back. Threw it off the side of the backboard with a 3-point attempt. Ahead to Washington. Washington towards the basket. Laid down the hammer. Is it on the 2? This might be an intentional foul. Did they count it on the shot, though? Coach Dooney's trying to say that's an intentional foul.
And it absolutely was.
One official was trying to call for that as well. Collinsville fans do not agree with it. Does the shot count, though? It doesn't matter, though. But I guess it does matter. You could have an and 1, but either way, you're getting free throws here. Fouls on Aiden Anderson, his second. But that sends McAlester into the bonus as the 5th team foul on the Collinsville Cardinals.
And this shot will not count.
This trip to the charity stripe brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951. No intentional, just a regular foul. Washington's first charity stripe shot is no good. Washington, a 73% free throw shooter. The freshman leading the team in points per game at 21.5 and 6.4 rebounds per game. Also 1.2 blocks per game. Cade French getting his first minutes here. Checking in for Bickham. Second free throw is good. 51-37. Buffs down by 14 with 21 seconds remaining in the third.
Washington's got 14 today.
Anderson down the floor. Will Collinsville have the final shot of the quarter? Dooney applies pressure on Anderson. Spins past Dooney to the high post. Stops. Tries feeding inside to Schloman. It is taken back by the Cardinals. Right wing. Circles. Lost it. Good defense by French to the near corner. Pulls up for 3. Left it short. Great defense by French to end the quarter. And that will send us to the fourth. McAlester Buffaloes down 51-37. Trying to have a comeback to keep their season alive. Down by 14. We'll take a 60-second break and be back. Put those 4s up in the air, Buff fans. You're listening to McAlester Buffalo Basketball on KNED.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees with bounce protection and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Eight minutes to try to keep your season alive. The McAlester Buffaloes down by 14 as we begin the final quarter here from the Nathan E. Harris Fieldhouse, the home of the Booker T. Washington Hornets. As here's an early steal by Rodney Washington going towards the rack. Lost it on the way up with a block from behind. Walter Cavanaugh, have yourself a day. Not many people get to block Rodney Washington. 5 seconds into the fourth quarter, though, the Buffaloes still have a chance at points. 51-37. Smith looks, finds Dooney in the corner. Dooney to Washington. Right wing three on the way is no good. Pouncil tried getting it back, but the Collinsville Cardinals make McAlester go one and done. On the drive to the low post, we'll have a blocking foul called here. It's going to be on Rodney.
Yeah.
2 free throws coming up for Dylan Circles.
And that's just his first.
Circles the only Collinsville Cardinal to shoot free throws today. He's going to get all 6 attempts so far. 51-37, McAlester down by 14, and if a lot of Buffalo fans are wanting to tune out saying, well, this one's done. Now, we've seen some crazy things in Tulsa before by this Buffalo team. And Circles his first free throw, spins in to make it 52-37. The Buffaloes are down by 20 to Tulsa Will Rogers with 4 minutes left and lost by 2.
That was a great comeback.
And they have more time to do it here, but they have to start making things happen now. Second free throw by Circles is nothing but net. And it's once again a 16-point deficit to the Collinsville Cardinals for the McAlester Buffaloes. Washington left front court. 7:37 left. Pouncil right wing. Pouncil looking inside for Washington. Washington contested 2, left it short. It's not happening tonight for McAlester, especially in the second half. They've only been able to score 8 points this entire second half, as the Collinsville Cardinals have scored 19. Low post, up for 2, make that 21. Brevin Walters with the 2. It's an 18-point deficit, 55-37. Washington feeds it near corner. Pouncil going baseline, spinning, almost lost it, and a foul called along the baseline. It's either on Normandin or Cavanaugh.
It'll be the first team foul on Collinsville.
And it will be on Normandin, just his first. Inbound with a spin to the low post to Bigham. Bigham in the paint, jumper won't go. They're just completely not getting their shot to go at all here in the second half of the Buffaloes after scoring 29 first half points. Here in the left or near sideline area, number 2, Austin Normandin was triple teamed, and then he's eventually fouled by McAlester Buffalo.
Brandon, I know we typically
and now we got some, not some pushing and shoving, but we got some words. We're just letting them jaw a little bit and then let them go their other way. And now there's a little bit of pushing as we have an early foul called again here. This one will be on Bigham as he picks up back-to-back fouls. The foul earlier was called on Bigham, and they get him again on an inbound. The frustrations are starting to mount for the Buffaloes. 6:56 left in the game. McAlester down 55-37. Circles trying to get past Bigham, and there's going to be another foul called on Bigham. That's 3 fouls called in the last 8 seconds on Devion Bigham.
So now you've got Pouncil and Bigham both playing with 3.
He didn't have a foul coming into the fourth quarter. Bigham almost was about to get his 4th. Inbound to the far corner as he pushed over a Cardinal on the inbound. Hands it off now to Normandin. Normandin guarded well by Pouncil. Steps inside, takes a 10-foot jumper that won't go. Offensive rebound and a block shot by Pouncil, and Pouncil's got the board. Hands it off to Washington across the court. The far corner, need it. Brandon Smith 3, short. Davian Pouncil flying high for the offensive board. Puts it back up, and he can't score though. 2 free throws coming up for Davian Pouncil. This trip to the charity stripe brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951. Foul on Walter Cavanaugh. That's his first, team second. Pouncil is a 66% free throw shooter this season, as the first one is made. 55-38. Pouncil, the sophomore, upped his points per game mark from, it was around 3, and it's 11.2 this season. The hard work has shown for the sophomore guard/forward, Davian Pouncil.
He's got 13 today.
His first 2 points of the second half, 55-39. McAlester down by 16, still within striking distance. They got to, again, string together some stops. 6.5 minutes left. Off a screen. Normandin gets to the left front court, bounces off a Pouncil to the high post. 8-foot jumper from in the paint is back ironed. Offensive board again by Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh looking to the top of the key. Wide open, could have taken the 3, was Anderson. Surprised he didn't do it. Dribbles off to the right wing, guarded well by Washington. 6:06 left. Washington bangs into Anderson. Anderson slips. Washington tries to get the ball away from him, does not do so. Now Bickham comes in, and there'll be a timeout called by Anderson. Coach Todd Anderson before a possible steal by Devion Bickham. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. McAlester down 55-39, trying to mount the comeback to keep their season alive here on KNED.
Benton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal? Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February. At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001-44485.
5:59 left. The McAlester Buffaloes down by 16 to the Collinsville Cardinals, who have just owned the second half. They took a 4-point lead and have turned it into a 16 as we've gotten to this point. Collinsville with the basketball. Collinsville has 2 timeouts remaining. McAlester with 3. Baseline, up for 2. A wild 2 will not go for the Cardinals' number 3, Circles. Offensive board and a block shot by Dooney, but getting it once again will be Circles. Circles to the high post. Trying to drive is Normandin, back outside far corner. Kavanaugh hands it off to Normandin. Normandin lays it inside, low post. Ball comes loose, rolls out of bounds, and a foul called, not by the guy that was right next to the basketball, but from the guy that was over by the scores table. And Nate, if you're watching on the YouTube stream, he was wanting the flop call. Free throws are coming up because of the bonus. It's going to be on Alex Dooney, his 3rd personal. Brevin Walters at the free throw line will take a deep breath and try to get his team back up by 18. First free throw will go, and it's a Cardinal 17-point lead as Schloman will check in for Anderson. And man, what a fighter Anderson has been. Got a bloody nose, had to end up stuffing his nose to be able to keep it from, so he can come back into the game and play. As the second free throw is missed, Dooney with a nice box out gets the rebound. 17-point deficit for McAlester with 5:30 left in the game. Baseline jumper contested, but right through the hoop. 56-41, McAlester will press. Collinsville has done a very good job of taking care of the basketball today. Cross half court line stopping is Normandin. Back up now towards the circle. Tries driving on Bickham. Steps inside. Lost his footing towards the low post and traveled.
Only the second unforced turnover by Collinsville today.
I was hoping that you were going to get that stat out there.
Yep.
That's like Dwayne Wade to LeBron right there. Except you stand 2 feet shorter than LeBron.
Wow, okay.
Well, you do. I do too.
Trying to call me out.
Fast side post. Bickham tries driving, lost the ball, and you cannot do that after you get a gift of a turnover. Brevin Walters with the steal. Passing near sideline, back over to Walters. Walters trying to drive past Dooney. Back outside, far corner. On the drive now, looks like Normandin. Normandin, a floater over Bickham, won't go. Washington's got the rebound. Buffs down by 15, 4:45 left in the game. Washington, Euro step, high post floater, won't go. And we have a jump ball here staying with McAlester. And now Davian Pouncil was hit up high. Looks like he was hit around the nose area now as he's trying to collect himself. He'll get credit with the offensive rebound. Again, he has double the amount of offensive rebounds than the next closest guy on McAllister's team. Davian Pouncil has been just a workhorse down in the paint today, or this season for McAlester. Pouncil does not want to come out. He's still trying to say, I'm good, I'm good. But Coach Dooney's saying, just get yourself collected real quick. We'll put Caven Hill in for a moment. Smith will bounce pass it down low to Bickham. Spin move in the paint. Floater from inside the paint will go for Devion Bickham. And McAlester to a 13-point deficit now. Slowly but surely trying to get back into it. Near sideline, Schloman past Bickham to the low post. Jump stops in the paint to the free throw line. Floater won't go. Bickham's got the rebound, and we have a foul off ball. Was Dooney brought down, or was Dooney the one that did the foul here?
Let's see.
It's not on Dooney. It's on Brevin Walters. And Collinsville
that was
fans,
absolutely the right call, folks.
Yeah, Collinsville fans don't like it. Coach Todd Anderson doesn't like it. But McAlester fans over on that far sideline, they are standing on their feet in applause. It's a 13-point deficit for McAlester. They were down by as many as 18 points at one point. Dooney's got the inbound on the roll. Dooney drives into the paint. Reverse layup, won't go. Tried going himself down the floor. Almost fell just a little bit too short on the reverse layup. 4:13 left in the game. Looking back door, wide open, trying to go over the block and getting it is Rodney Washington. Hill got the rebound, ahead to Smith. Smith, left wing, drive, Euro step, low post, and the wide open layup once he got past his defender won't go for Brandon Smith. Anderson now down the floor. Anderson waiting for someone to block him. Now he'll get to the baseline, or guard him rather. Back out into the front court to Circles. Circles to the high post to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh back outside Anderson. Anderson near corner. Back baseline Schloman. Schloman outside to Anderson. 3:45 left. Anderson backs on up onto the Hornet logo. Breaks Hill's ankles. Right wing three. Kavanaugh off the back iron. Washington flies high. Grabs the board. Buffalo's hopes are still alive here. 3.5 left. But down by 13, needing to score on this possession. Right wing three. Washington too strong. Hill's got the offensive board. Hill backing into his man. Floater from in the paint won't go. Hill tries getting another one, but this one's instead taken by Walters. 3:14 left in the fourth quarter. Far sideline, across the half-court line to Schloman. Schloman high post, bounce passes inside. Finds an open man, that's Brevin Walters off the right block to score. And that puts McAlester down by 15 again. Smith on the drive. Smith lost it. Anderson got caught up, and that'll be a steal. Anderson was able to grab Brandon Smith's ball as he was driving to the low post area. And that jump ball will give it over to Collinsville. 2:57 left in the game. As Caven Hill checks out, Davian Pouncil right back in. Anderson across the half-court line after the inbound. Anderson gets the far corner, was able to find a Cardinal. Bounce pass back to the circle over to Schloman. Buffaloes need to stop right now, and they don't get it. Wide open pass, was able to find Walters as he lived down in the low post. It's now 60-43. Washington to the far corner. Bickham sets up for a three, won't go. Offensive board, Davian Pouncil up for two. Could have been a goaltending as he grabbed the net and brought that one down. Second missed shot. Dooney's trying to get the rebound. It's now being fought for along the baseline. Last touch by a Cardinal. It'll be Buffalo basketball.
And Davian Pouncil has 8 offensive rebounds tonight.
I'm telling you, he's been a workhorse all season. Coach Dooney knows it's do or die time. 2:26 left in the game. Buffalo's trailing by 17, 60-43. We'll be back in just a moment on KNED.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same day or next day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma. 60-43. McAlester down by 17. Coming out of a McAlester timeout. It's do or die time now. Inbound, Brandon Smith tries to get it back into the paint. It's stolen again by the Cardinals, and that just might be the dagger. Pick'em trying to get the ball back as McAllister's diving all over the place. Can't fault the hustle of him right now. Anderson gets past Rodney Washington down to the low post. We'll have a foul called inside the paint.
It's probably going to be on Dooney. It is.
Dooney had his palms up to the sky, planted into that orange paint here at the Wayman Tisdale court. That'll be his fourth. Again, McAllister's already put Collinsville into the bonus, so 2 free throws here for Aiden Anderson. First free throw is no good. 2:12 left in the game. And don't ever want to say never, as the second free throw was missed as well. And almost with the offensive rebound was Kavanaugh, but he couldn't corral it in as Smith kind of helped knock that off of his knee. They'll give the ball back to the Buffaloes.
Brandon, it does not feel like it, but McAlester has as many offensive rebounds as Collinsville does.
Well, Collinsville hasn't missed.
Yeah.
That's really been the difference. Right wing Pouncil with the basketball. Pouncil into the corner to Smith. Quick trigger three is airballed. Rebounded by Collinsville. It tried going the other way. Kicked by McAlester out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cardinals. And it looks like this is going to be where McAllister's season ends for a second consecutive season. He lost to. Last year it was a double elimination type regional tournament. McAlester lost to the host team, Booker T. As here's a near steal. Schloman diving on top of it. Now Anderson has it. Anderson throws it across. Bounce pass low post. Kavanaugh wide open too.
There's just been too many of those today, Brandon.
Wide open. 62-43. McAlester out of place. Behind the back dribble to the left elbow. Turnaround jump shot by Pouncil. He is fouled. 2 free throws coming up for Davian Pouncil. This trip to the charity stripe brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951. But last year it was a double elimination. McAlester lost to Booker T and then lost to Sapulpa that ended their season. But McAlester turned around, used the losses from last year, turned it into a 12-win season as Pouncil misses the first free throw. Buffaloes needed to be not just on their A game, they really needed to be, well, they needed to be on their A game. I think they could have probably got by on their B, but they've been around a C grade today. The second half has not been as stellar as the first half was for them as Pouncil misses both free throws. Scoring 29 points in the first half, they looked really good there. Again, just held to just 14 so far as we have a minute and a half left in this one. Kavanaugh working around the front court, is able to find Schloman. Schloman overhead pass to Kavanaugh, bounce pass low post. Back to Kavanaugh, Kavanaugh wide open. Floater wide open inside the paint. Makes it 64-43, a 21-point deficit for McAlester. Left wing three by Smith, airballs it. Out of bounds, last touch by the shooting hand of Smith. With 1:09 left in the game. McAllister's season will come to an end tonight here in Tulsa. Collinsville will advance to the regional championship against Booker T tomorrow at 7 o'clock. And they have an automatic bid to the area tournament next week. 1:02 left. Schloman again wide open, low post. They beat the press, was able to find Brevin Walters wide open along the left block at 66-43. Driving in Washington, left-handed floater, won't go. Another rebound by Collinsville. As there's also a travel along the far sideline. So it gives the ball back over to McAllister. We might have an intentional foul on McAllister. After the whistle was blown, a Cardinal hit the deck in front of the scores table. They're calling an intentional foul. And we're about to have an entire line change here for the Buffs.
And the foul was on Brandon Smith. That's his second.
First free throw is missed. Over at the line to shoot these free throws is Austin Normandin on the intentional foul. Second free throw is good. So Normandin goes 1 of 2 from the line. We have an entire line change here for the Buffs. Hill, Phillips, French. Looks like Gianni Facio. And
who's the fifth one?
I believe that's, I want to say it's Ryan Cornish also checked in.
Yes.
Inbound to Schloman. It's kind of setting in for the Buffaloes here. 40 seconds left, top of the key. Dribbling right, as we have some new players in the game for the Cardinals as well. Peyton Gall has it. The far corner, Gall takes the three, no good. Rebounded by Hill. 30 seconds left. And right now, again, the emotions are setting in. As I was looking over here at the bench, as there's a missed two by 4, Ryan Cornish. I was looking over at the bench, and Kylie Dooney goes to hug her brother, Alex Dooney. We'll see his high school career come to an end tonight. Same way for Wesley Phillips, the two seniors on the McAlester Buffalo team that helped pave the way to get a 12-win season here, to hopefully for brighter things to come for McAlester down the line as well. 67-43. Again, this is the worst part of the season every single time.
It's going to be a foul on Cade French. That'll be his first.
Also, we got McAlester fans, McAlester players jawing with each other. There's McAlester players that are getting in each other's faces along the bench. Brandon Smith is being held back by Devion Bickham. It was, again, with Dooney involved as well, Alex Dooney. Smith's going to go to the locker room with Bickham as the first free throw was made on the other side, as we had a foul called on the other end of the floor.
It was on Cade French.
Kyler Lee at the free throw line with 11 seconds. That's not what you want to see in the final 20 seconds of the regular season here. Again, emotions running high here in the last game. Second free throw missed. Offensive board by Cade Lee. 6 seconds left. All there's left to do is dribble it out. Cade French trying to still guard to the final buzzer. Pass out to the left wing area, and that will be the game. McAlester Buffalo season comes to an end for the second consecutive year here on the floor of the Wayman Tisdale Court. Final score 68-43. We will take a break, and when we return, we'll recap the season and this one as well. You're listening to McAlester Buffalo basketball on KNED.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes. For over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to Stipe.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary sale.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Vinton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal? Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Vinton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at vintonnissan.com.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February. At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014445.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same day or next day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes for over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to stipelaw.com.
Do MIG and TIG welding. We're McAllister's only full-time exhaust shop. From race cars to your grandma's cars, we do it all. We sell tires and wheels. Barlow Built Performance and Automotive, 2201 North Main Street, McAlester. Open Monday through Friday. Call 918-318-0323. And this is the problem of trying to do multiple things at once. I had us muted up until about the midway point of that live read. But again, Barlow Built Performance with our post-game stats. Let's look at them right now.
All right, Rodney Washington was your leading scorer in this season finale. He had 16 points. He made a 3. He had 7 rebounds, a steal, and 2 blocks. Davian Pouncil had 13 points on 5 of 14 shooting. He did have 9 total rebounds, but 8 of those were on the offensive side.
That's incredible.
That is one of the more impressive offensive rebounding performances I've seen. He also had 3 steals and 2 blocks. Brandon Smith had 6 points tonight. He also had 5 rebounds and a block. Devion Bickham had 4 points with 2 rebounds and a steal. Caven Hill had 4 points today, along with 3 rebounds. Then Alex Dooney had 4 rebounds and a block. And let's see, that is it for your individual scoring. We'll move on to team stats here. McAlester shot 15 of 36 from the field. 17 of 56 from the field, good for 30%. Collinsville, 26 of 70, near 50% at 45. Really, that's going to tell the story, but we're going to go through all of them here. McAlester shot 4 of 21 from three-point range, good for 19%. Collinsville, 6 of 16, doubled them up at 38%. McAlester was out-rebounded in this game here today. Collinsville had 36 compared to McAllister's 30. Then 15 team fouls on McAlester, 11 on Collinsville. And if I'm doing my math right, McAlester forced 9 Collinsville turnovers. McAlester forced 11 Collinsville. McAlester forced 9 Collinsville turnovers. Collinsville forced 11 McAlester turnovers. And McAlester with 6 blocks in this game compared to Collinsville's 1.
So final thoughts in this game before we wrap up the season here.
Well, like you said, you never want to see your season end like this, and especially in the place it ended just last year. But there are better things to come for this Buffalo program, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, again, you went from 3 wins a season ago to 12. You quadrupled your win total in just 1 year by being able to have to just get a little bit of experience from your guys from last year. You had a handful of freshmen and sophomores that were able to get a year of experience, and then you added Rodney and some other key additions as well for this team that all led to 12 wins. I know that's not where they want to be at. They still want to have a better season than what they had, finishing it at 12-12. But if you're able to make that kind of stride from your freshman year, or your first year with head coach Mike Dooney, to your second year, and from your freshman, I mean, your core has been a series of freshmen,
right.
And then into their sophomore year, and then also with the senior leaders in Wesley Phillips and Alex Dooney to be able to help culminate into an entire unit to be able to lead to, a 12-win season. Like I said, this is only the first time that McAllister's had a 500-plus season in 3 seasons, and they've only had that about 5 times in the last 20 years. So
right.
It's been a program that has been, just struggling here over the last, couple of decades here. And to be able to have a push like this when most of your players are underclassmen still, most of your starters are underclassmen.
Pretty impressive.
It's pretty impressive, and I can't wait to see the more strides that they are able to put into this. I understand that, I was mentioning this on the air before we went to break here, as we're kind of recapping the season. I know that frustrations kind of boil over in the end here, but again, you're starting to set in that this is your last game of the season, and for seniors, it's your last game that you're going to be playing on a high school gymnasium. You never forget the last game that you play.
Right.
I got walked off on my home field at Mike Deke Field.
Very rare.
In a regional tournament. It doesn't happen very often. In the bottom of the 9th inning against Tulsa Memorial, but who's remembering? But you don't forget that stuff, and then emotions can kind of set in, and they can kind of fly high. But, again, I hope that the Buffaloes remember that what they did, that doesn't diminish, even though you lost tonight and your season ends tonight in the regional opener, it doesn't diminish the success that you still had this season. I hope they can remember the success, carry on with it, let it fuel you for next year, and try to do the seniors proud as you, again, move on into another year and into another offseason of trying to get bigger, faster, stronger. And I think they made some noise this year.
Yeah.
They made some noise at McAlester, not the same McAlester that had been maybe an easy win at times throughout the last couple of decades. It was more of we got to really come in and we have to ball out, or else this team's going to beat us, because this team is good. And we saw it against Riverside, a top 5 team in 2A that's probably still playing right now, trying to get into the state tournament. And also some wins that they've had earlier this year. I mean, they took Will Rogers down to the wire twice, and they went to the Bridge Creek Classic Championship and lost to Blanchard. So there's a lot of success that this team still had, and I can't wait to see what they do in the offseason to be able to get just a little bit better into next year. Like I said, if they made that much of a stride from last year to this year, I'm excited what they can do this year going into next. Can you thank our sponsors one final time, unless you have anything you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
I just want to say this is always the worst time of the year. Every year, this is the worst time.
And that's what I was trying to say. I mean, I was looking over there as Alex exited for the last time. And Kylie, his sister, is one of the managers on the team. She comes straight up to him.
And, of course, his dad is the head coach.
Yeah, Kylie was crying before even Alex made it over towards the bench, and to be able to see the kind of embrace, that's the worst part of the season, is being able to see people's seasons ends and some of their high school careers end. But it was an honor, and it was a great journey there for the McAlester Buffaloes, and thank you to our seniors, Wesley Phillips and Alex Dooney, for letting us be along for your special season and for the rest of the Buffaloes on this incredible ride.
All right, I'd like to thank Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, the Bank N.A., Fenton Nissan, Friesen Flair Heat and Air, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of McAlester, McAlester Direct Primary Care, Stipe Law Firm, and Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop. Thank you for putting us on the air not only tonight, not only this postseason, but all season long.
And a big thank you to our board operator, Wyatt Hubbard, for his work tonight, and thank you, the listener, for spending your Thursday night with us, as well as this entire incredible ride. One final time from the 2024-2025 basketball season, from the Nathan E. Harris Fieldhouse in Tulsa, Oklahoma, it was the Collinsville Cardinals 68 and your McAlester Buffaloes 43. Until Saturday in Bixby, when McAlester baseball, they begin their season with an opening day against the Spartans. On behalf of Nate Brown and myself, this is Brandon Green saying, don't just have a great night, have a Buffalo night. Night-night, Harper.